So again, the mats, the pillows, the blankets are for you to make you comfy. During the 2 hours masterclass, I invite you to feel as comfortable as you want. You can lay down, you can sit, you can move, you can stretch. It's all for you. The workbooks, the idea is to write like a little notes here. There are some questions which will help you to structure information. And also, there is like black and white pictures that I put there. And feel free to color them if you feel like, and interact with them, because even with interacting with the symbolism, we can go deeper into connection with our subconsciousness. Yeah? So, my name is Katya. I've been into psychology, metaphysics for over 2 decades now. I've been teaching yoga, somatic movement, hypnotherapy, active imagination, all sorts of things. And when I discovered the dream interpretation for myself, it became a really big piece on my self-development journey, which I use for myself, I offer to my clients, and now teaching the classes as well, because I believe every person who is on the path of self-development will highly benefit from knowing this technique. That's why the flow today will be pretty simple. We will make first round with just your introduction, name, and what brought you here, why you're here on the dream interpretation masterclass. After that, we will do a simple movement just to warm up and arrive to the space, because I also teach somatic movement. And then we will drop into big theoretical part when I will be talking a lot, and you're invited to structure information as you feel or just receive it. And then I will offer a technique, dream interpretation technique, and as much time we have left, we will work on this practice. So the first written recording of the dreams is counted around 3,000 years ago in the Epic of Gilgamesh. So Gilgamesh is the king who went through the several personal transformations guided by his dreams. Just from this little historical fact, we may say that in ancient time, people already was treating dreams as the guidance from the divine. Moving forward, interesting fact about ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, there used to be the book of the dreams. It used to be one book where it was most common meanings of the dreams, but what's interesting part, it used to be a personal dream books for the people who would afford themselves to have these books. So it will be a personal book where the person would write his dreams, and then he would go, or she, to the temple of Ra. In the temple of Ra, she would meet the keeper of the secret things. It would be a priestess who would help this person to understand the meaning of the dream and offer rituals and amulets or the particular actions that this person need to do in order to achieve the goals they have for more happy, more fulfilling, more prosperous life. In this historical fact, what's interesting here is first that Egyptians already distinguished the collective meaning of the dream and the personal meaning of the dream. Yeah? So what we mean here, when we talk about collective meaning of the dream, it's more related to the culture, to the historical era, to the religion, to the all humanity. I will come back to it later again. And the personal is what's related to your personal life experience. to your personal history, to your upbringing, to the events you had in your life. So Egyptians was already understanding and distinguishing these two pieces. And another important piece that we can learn from the ancient Egypt is that they already perceived dreams as the very defined guidances in the achievement of the more happy life. So they actually acted upon the dream. They not just talk about the dream, but they read the message of the dream and they found out what they can do to embody this message so they can achieve better living. That's another wisdom from the ancient Egypt. And the third historical fact I want to bring today is the ancient Greece. The god of healing, Asclepius, same name as, so it was a healing center, was called by the name of the Asclepius. When the person would enter these healing centers, the first thing this person would do is undergo the ceremony where they will be presented with the several rituals as well as drinking the particular drink. And then incubating, which actually means laying down on the floor in the chamber. And in this chamber, they would receive a healing dream, which will guide them on the course of how the healing will unfold. And again, in this situation, we learn that the dreams was perceived as the guidance not just for psychological but also for the physical health, and they would unfold what person will undergo to achieve that. Adding to this little piece about the ancient Greece, the word health come from the old Germanic word health, which means whole. So basically health and wholeness are the same meaning. And dreams are the guidance to the wholeness in a Greek thing and the health. So let's just from this historical piece understand that the ancient people, they already treated the dreams as the guidance from the divine. They treated them as the guides to achieve more wholeness, more health, more meaning, and whatever we would love to achieve. They already defined the personal and the collective meaning of the dreams, and they emphasized on acting upon the dreams. Yeah? So this is just a little historical intro, which I would love everybody to know. I think it's interesting facts and they're kind of meaningful. Yeah. Moving to the scientific part of the dream research. There are plenty of scientific research about the dreams. However, today I want to emphasize on two. And the first would be the research of Hartman, who discovered that he basically did extensive neurological research, and he discovered how the fact of dreaming affects the brain. Okay, so scientific part. Hartman discovered that through the day we would receive different impressions that would create imbalance in the charges of our brain. Basically, we would have what he would call is the residual impressions from the day, which are imprinted on the brain activity as more active zones in the brain picture. And through the dreaming, these charges would be dispersed through the neural network, and the brain will achieve overall harmony and balance. So what happens is these charges will continue to disperse through the dreaming, through just fact of dreaming, and they will create a new neural pathways or cancel old ones. So basically, when the energy flows through the neurons, it might support some pathways and it might not support another one. And through the fact of dreaming and the process of dispersing energy through the neural pathways, what happens is we either reinforce some reactions, some behaviors, or some behaviors we loosen and kind of forget. Yeah? And on a psychological level, what it will mean is that it helps to integrate the experience of your day into the image of who you are, into your personal history. So imagine yourself through the day, you have particular events going on, and then you have these residual charges kind of left in your brain, and then through the sleeping, through the dreaming process, these charges would disperse through your neural network, supporting some reactions, some neural pathways, and not supporting another ones, basically weaving in the history of the day into your personal history. So your personality kind of day after day evolves, integrates, become different, become new, we grow, So that's how we're becoming us. And probably you will have a question why some things are, some of these charges creating the dreams and some are not creating, because we go through a lot during the day. So why some of them will resonate with the dream and create the dream and some not? So it's another research talking about that piece. And the beginning of this research is that we used to think that our dreams can come only rapid eye movement state, which is not true. We can dream on any state of the sleep, as you mentioned before. And what we do need for dreaming is activation of two centers. First is this residual parts, residual impressions of the day, which the stronger the impression, the higher the charge, the more potent the idea of it becoming a dream. And second one, it will be the activation of pleasure and, of the pleasure and achievement system in the limbic system of the, in the limbic area of the brain, supported by the dopamine. So basically, what does it mean? This area activates to signify it's important for me. I want it. Yeah, so it's a pleasure and reward system, sorry. So pleasure and reward system in the limbic area activates when something in this environment is important for us. For some of us, the relationships with this particular person will be important. For another person will be important the project. For another person will be important the weather. And basically, when these two pieces combines, the personal importance of something which is going on and the fact that it is going on, then the dream comes. Let me give you examples so you understand, yeah? Example would be like this. I am looking for the job, and it's important for me. So it's already in my limbic and reward system, it's kind of there. And let's say week after week, there is no field for job, it just basically is not coming. But then one day, I hear from the friend talking about, oh, there is a job opportunity in Yoga Barn. So these two things click. My personal importance and the thing that happened through the day that created the charge in the brain. So when these two things click, you have more chances to receive the dream that will communicate with you how you can behave on this matter. What I'm trying to say here is dreams are the messengers of here and now. They most of the time talk about what's important for us in here and now, yesterday, maybe a week ago, but kind of actualizing important piece that we can deal, and they would tell us how we can deal with that pieces. And now we're moving to the psychological part, which is my favorite, and the person who started talking about the dreams is Sigmund Freud. And for him, dreams was mostly an expression of our suppressed feelings, desires. However, on a long run, his approach proven to be not complete, and it was largely developed by Carl Gustav Jung, who offered us the concept about unconscious and conscious. And to understand about the dreams, first what we need to understand is what unconscious and conscious is. So unconscious is this vast, huge field that we all belong to. Animals, humans, all living beings. We would normally talk about collective unconscious, and we'll talk about personal unconscious. And personal unconscious we often would refer as subconscious. And consciousness emerges from unconscious. The adaptational purpose of consciousness is to have more freedom in our focus, in our reactions, to adapt better to the environment, to have more creative interaction with the environment, and ideally to survive better.